Hi, so you want to know how to add private notes to LinkedIn profiles? I'm going to show you how to do it. Let me show you this TamperMonkey script I found. It lets you add personal notes to any LinkedIn profile, and all your data is stored privately in your old Google Sheet. No third-party services involved. Now, before we start, I need to mention this does technically violate LinkedIn's terms of service. They could suspend your account if they catch you, but it's basically impossible for them to detect the client-side script like this. So I think you're okay. If you're okay, let's get started. Now, you're going to need three things: a Google account, which I'm sure you already have. You're going to have to install the TamperMonkey browser extension. I'll show you how to do it. And you're going to need about 10 or 15 minutes for the initial setup. Don't worry, the setup is one time only, and after that, it's super easy to use. First, let's install TamperMonkey. I'm using Chrome, but it works in Firefox and other browsers as well. So let's go ahead and go to the extension store and search for TamperMonkey. There it is. And we're going to add it to Chrome. I've already done that myself. You go ahead and add it. The TamperMonkey icon should now appear in the toolbar. Let's pin it so we can see it well. Now, there's two important things you need to do here to get things working. Go to Manage Extensions, and you have to enable Developer Mode. Okay, you got to set that to on. Then you got to go to the details of the TamperMonkey extension, and you have to allow user scripts. You got to set that to on as well. Without these two steps, it won't work. You'll need to quit and restart your browser for the settings to take effect. So go ahead and do that. Right, now we're ready for the Google Cloud setup. Now this is slightly technical, but don't worry, it's easier than it looks. I'm not going to go through the whole process because I want to keep this video short, but you can find the instructions here in the GitHub README file. It'll take you about 10 minutes. Don't forget the super important step of downloading the service account JSON file, which you need to keep safe. Now let's go ahead and create the Google Sheet where your notes will be stored. I've got a Google Sheet already created here. I've named it, and the super important step is, of course, putting these header fields into the line 1. You got to get them right. Now remember, the instructions here are in the the instructions are here in the Google README. Okay, now at a crucial step, remember that JSON file we downloaded? Well, we need to find the email address from there and give that account access to this Google Sheet. So click the share button, and here, add that email address, which I'm going to do here. I'm going to go to my JSON file. I find the client email field. I copy it, and I paste it here. I don't need to notify anybody, and I click share. That's super important. Don't forget that step. Wait. Okay. Now we need to get the sheet ID of our Google Sheet, right? So look up here at the URL, and this section between the D and the edit, copy that. Okay. Now we got to go, or put that into the text editor. Now let's actually install the actual user script. Visit the GitHub URL and scroll down. Here's the code. Click raw and copy all of this code. Now go in to TamperMonkey. Go into choose Create New Script. Paste the code and hit Save. Now for the final step, let's go to any LinkedIn profile. Refresh the page to make sure that the script is running. You should see a little icon here indicating that the script is running. As I was saying, we go to a LinkedIn profile, and look at that. A little button has appeared. Click on that button. And here we need to paste our service account credentials. So go back to that JSON file which you saved. copy it in its entirety, and paste it here. Now you also need to paste that Google Sheet ID here. Click Save Configuration. And now you should be able to write a note. Let's see if this works. I'm going to add a note here. I'm going to say I met this person in a conference in 2023. Conference in 2020. Well, 2020. Let's hit save and hope this works. Yes, successful. Great. Now your note is stored in Google Sheet. Let's find another one. Let's come back here. And let's click on this guy. As we can see, there are no notes. This little gray icon says there's no notes. If I click, he is great at Python. Hit save. Okay. Now we can close it. And if I click here, we can see that this is loaded. Now let's go to our Google Sheet, and we can see that the data is being saved. Let's do one more. Well, I'll come back to this guy just to show how that when the icon is loaded, we've got his notes added. And I can click here. Here is some additional info. Hit save, and that should now appear here in the Google Sheet. That's pretty much it. That's how it works. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, you can probably ask the developer here in GitHub. If you're logged in, you can ask questions down here. He can probably help you. Hope you enjoyed this rambling tutorial. Goodbye.